Yes, sir. What's going on? It's your boy Kobe Rise Academy. We back at it again with Showtime. Your boy is Kobe. Your
You
boy
already
is from
know.
Rise Academy, Rise Fitness. You did. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Y'all see the title. Y'all see what's going on. We talking about seeded fruits. But before we get started, you know how we
Mhm.
do. We got to welcome everybody to the show. Showtime, man. How you feeling, dog? I was just talking about your snazzy jacket, bro. Looking good up there.
Hey, yo. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I'm getting that shared out and everything, but everything been real good. Share it out with the family. Let them hop on if you want to hop on, catch this good rise game. Back with my brother. It's always a blessing. Yeah, I gotta
That's a
share it
fact.
out. But but yeah, man, everything been good, man. Still trying to, still holding it together. I think we tapped in earlier throughout the week, man. I was like, you know, um, life hit me, man, but I keep these rise principles. I keep applying, what we speak about with the 30-day challenge, you know, and just keep applying those principles and things we talk about. We real people, and I'm transparent about it. I do those tea gimmies, still doing thank God I made it on Mondays,
Thank God I
and I
made
just
it. T
speak about,
Gimme.
man. Yeah, it's a dog fight, man. You got to keep going, man. I always tell people, man, with this weight loss, with the fitness, with whatever, man. I know we look how we look, but we real people too, um, you know,
For
and
real.
I'll go ahead and lead us, get us closer to the topic, man. And even when you shot it over to me, um, I was learning some stuff, and even me, on the topic of seeded fruit, I was able to learn a little bit. When I got hit with the topic, I was able to do a little research so we can bring you the
Perfect.
best, the best information that we can give you on our hand. I still say, anything that that we say, still go ahead and do your fact check. Double check
That's
it.
a fact.
Always
Yes.
confirm anything that you may hear on a show. Anything that we may mention, still fact check it up. But this gonna be a good one, man. So long story
100%.
short, yeah,
Yeah. I like what you
transparency. I
said,
love
man.
it.
Like, we're not just saying this to be saying it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, do your research too. Cause I honestly, before we get on, we do our research too. You dig what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So we're not just kicking nothing off the side. We kicking experience, but we also kicking what we look up and research too, but also apply to our lives. I know I do too. You dig what I'm saying? So always make sure y'all do your research, like Showtime said. It's definitely gonna be a banger. It's definitely gonna
Yeah.
be a banger, man. So we appreciate you, big dog. I'm with you too, man. On even in this week. This week has been a challenge, man, especially for July the 4th. You dig? So
Mm.
everybody know what's going on July the 4th. We got cookouts, we got the fireworks, all that good stuff, So it's crazy because I actually got on the grill for a couple days, dog.
A
And
word.
of course I did the plant-based stuff. So I got the what they call the vegetable skillet that you put on the grill. It's got the little holes in it. It looks like a little, cast iron skillet, right? But it's got the holes in the bottom.
Okay.
Man, put that thing on the grill, slap some plant-based burgers on there, you dig? And so it was a good little turnout. So y'all can always get it in no matter where you at. July the 4th, we
Fact.
still kicking the plant-based diet. We still going strong. But it's we rocking and rolling, y'all. We rocking and rolling. The 30-day challenge has been completed. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to Bree. So I'll be
Yeah.
hitting her up this week to get her gifts. Cause like I said, y'all, you get a prize every time you win. You
Yeah.
feel me?
That's for
So
sure.
we got some things coming for everybody. So just know that this is not gonna be the only 30-day challenge, right? We have so much more in stock. So much more that's gonna come. So if you guys forgot to join in on this June, you still got enough time to get on the next one. We'll be doing promo next time whenever we get that 30-day challenge going. So yeah, she ain't gonna be the only one. And if y'all didn't see the results, make sure y'all go tap into the Facebook. Make sure y'all go tap into the IG and see what the results look like, man. She looks great. She looks amazing. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to
Yeah.
Brie again for completing and winning the 30-day challenge, right? We got so
Yeah.
many more winners to come, man. So I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
every bit of it.
For sure. I definitely wanted to speak in on that too, man. Because I had somebody, um, and they asked me that, what do you need? Do I need a gym membership? They were telling me all sorts of things, and I'm like, man, are these excuses, or is it really hard to jump on with the challenge?
Come
And in
on.
actuality, man, I want to say this again: it's not hard. We're making sure we're advertising the app more. We're speaking about the app more. The app is still free, so you can download it right now. If you haven't downloaded it already, when you see this video, you can still download the Rise and Rise Fitness app. And like
100%.
like my brother said, we're putting in a lot of time. These fitness movements, these are some of the same movements that I used to incorporate in those YMCA classes that were packed. So don't cheat yourself, and don't what's the word I'm looking for? Like, don't short yourself.
Yeah.
This is really good content that we're putting out. And I want to see on this next challenge, this next go round, I want to see everybody. Make sure you share it out with your friends. And if you don't quite understand how to hop on it, ask one of us. And we have real results, real winners. I made sure to tag Bree, and I'm pretty sure Bree will share her experience, how it was, how simple it was, to log on the app. Probably not simple to stay committed, because she's definitely driven, a very driven person. Shout out to her. But it's not hard, and if you need any assistance, we're definitely going to keep the challenges. We want to see more activity on the app. Shout out to the risers that are already seeing benefits through the app, but we definitely want to see more activity with that app. It's really simple. You log on, you download the app, and the rest we walk you through.
Yeah, man, the rest is history for real. And so, yeah, I actually had some people hit me up too. They're like, yo, what I'm saying? I'm trying to join the challenge. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, what I'm saying? Just, you got to tap in. You feel me? Like, if you was trying to join, I sent everybody who was interested, in the comment, the post. I posted on IG and I posted on Facebook. And for the ones that was interested, they put the one in the comments. What I'm saying? I even had people that just hit me in the DM and be like, yo, I want to do it. What I got to do? Boom. It already started. It was a lot of people that was killing it, dog. And some of them didn't really want to put like what they look like out there. You know what I'm saying? So it was more so personable, which is privacy, because, I make sure I keep everything cultural with the people. So I don't want to put out there what nobody don't want seen, right? So they were sending me the stuff and I was looking and everything. So it had a lot of people joining on this challenge, man. So it was definitely one of those hard things to make the decision to see who's going to win. But man, she made that biggest contribution. She made the biggest transformation. She stayed the most consistent. You know what I'm saying? So I had to give it where credit is due. You feel me? So, yo, make sure y'all tap in on this next one, man. And I actually have a lot more people that wanted me to post it on their page. I didn't realize that they had like a whole fitness group, and they were like, yo, we send it out to the page. And I'm like, this was after the challenge. This might have been like a week ago. I'm like, yo, I had no idea y'all had a whole fitness page and y'all would have joined the challenge. You know what I'm saying? But they found out after the fact, because I didn't realize people were watching our post. They saw your post, they saw my post, and they saw us working out. And so they were like, yo, like, they saw the challenge late. So I know, next time I'm going to hit them up. So we'll have a lot more people joining on the next challenge. I expect this next challenge to be huge. I'm talking about like from coast to coast. You know what I'm saying? These people were in Chicago. Some of them were in Texas. Some were in Cali. So I expect this challenge to be real heavy on this one, y'all. So make sure y'all stay tuned. You feel me? So just to let, and Showtime is right. The workouts are free. They're all body weight. You don't need a gym for these. You can go to the gym if you like to, but it's not required. You will need resistance bands. So if you don't have any, the link is actually in my application. So if you go to the app and go to the 30-day challenge, the link is right there below the video. So all you gotta do is tap the link. It sends you directly to the affiliate link to get you the resistance bands. So like $15 or $20. Ship it to your house. Most people have Amazon Prime. You get it next day shipping, and then you get right to the work. You get to the money. You dig? So there's definitely no excuse with that. You feel me? And I think this topic is going to be a perfect segue, because the workouts are there. And of course, keep watching us, because, we have, Showtime with the amazing expert calisthenic workouts. I mean, he does stuff. I'm like, bro, I didn't even know you could do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he be doing the push-ups with the 45-pound bar. You feel me? Like, you have to have core control. So like watching him do these type of workouts that y'all can do too, and I'm busting it down with the weights. You feel me? And I do have another show coming up. Stay tuned. So as your boy getting a little bit of size on him, you feel me? So, we stay in cut too, but I'm giving y'all the work on my application. So I have a lot of people tapping in, but long story short, the workouts are here. But the next part is the part that most people don't have, and that is the food. You know what I'm saying? That's what we eat. That's what we fuel our bodies, right? We have a lot of people that ask us questions. I know for me, well, Cobe, I see you doing a plant-based thing. What do you eat? You know what I'm saying? It's so much fake food out here. You know what I'm saying? There's so much GMO food out here. We don't even know what's healthy anymore. I get a lot of that now. I'm like, man, they doing the research. They coming to me show. They like, yo, I can't drink no soda. You remember that show we did about the soda? They said, I can't drink no soda. You know what I'm saying? We can't find clean meat. You know what I'm saying? Because I did a post about the chlorine in the chicken that we have in America. because it's banned everywhere else, but it's not banned here. So more than likely, we have chlorine in our chicken. There's, it is what it is. So Kobe, they coming to us, they coming to Showtime. What do we eat, right? So this is a perfect segue to what I mean by mostly plant-based diet. That's the groundwork. That's the bare minimum. So the biggest portion is going to be your alkaline veggies, your alkaline grains. Alkaline veggies consist of like callaloo greens. You know what I'm saying? Your bell pepper, your mushrooms, right? So these are your alkaline veggies, things that are going to get you the energy. Alkaline grains, you have your quinoa, you have your wild rice, you have your chickpeas, you have your what is it that I just did? Amaranth. Amaranth is really good. So those are alkaline grains. These are things that's going to give you energy. You dig? Um, Everything else, that's the next biggest portion. That's your fruits, that's your herbs, whole foods, and snacks, right? And so I want to be specific when I'm talking about your fruits. I'm specifically talking about the seeded fruits. If you can get your seeded fruits, right? Because we know how many things have seedless fruits in them. You know what I'm saying? And so and I just want to show y'all that just so y'all have that visual. So I'll give my perspective after I give the facts. The same thing with Showtime. So I'm gonna start with you on the perspective, but I'm gonna kick the facts first just so people can see what we mean. So actually we have a question on our post. It says how do we acquire the brand of sea moss that we have? So yes, we do have sea moss out. It's the fitness sea moss. It's the raspberry rafa. The raspberry rafa. I did do some content. I posted to YouTube about the benefits of the sea moss this week, right? So if you guys are interested in purchasing the sea moss, make sure you guys go to the website queencityorganics.com. You can check the website out to grab the raspberry rafa. If you guys have my number, hit me up. I actually have some in stock. You can actually get it directly from me. You can also just send me a DM if you don't have my number. You know what I'm saying? Send it to Showtime if you got this stuff. We'll make sure we get you your own jar. You did, because they come in just a basic mason jar size, right? So that way you can acquire the sea moss. And it's the raspberry rafa. We partner with Queen City Organics as the brand. Right here in the Queen City, in the heart of Queen City, we want to make sure that where we're living at, we want to push the most healthy benefit foods that we can get, as including supplements, right? So I just want to answer that question real quick. But just to kick some of the facts, right? So here are some of the things that we want to start off with when it comes to seeded fruits. Seeded fruits have the most benefit. And that's because really a lot of the nutrients comes from the seeds. And so I want to give y'all an example of watermelon. So if y'all don't know, fully ripe watermelon reaches a pH above a 7, which is making it an alkaline fruit. So you see that a lot. So we just assume, oh, just eat watermelon because it's an alkaline fruit. Here's the thing though. It's the fully ripe and the seeds that make the fruit alkaline. It's the seeds that make the fruit alkaline. And so what happens a lot of times, people get confused that when they look up grapes, the benefits of them, they're talking about the grapes with the seeds in them, not the ones that have no seeds. That's pretty much, think about it like someone who's infertile. So like a man. So we can't produce seed. We can't produce our semen. We're infertile, right? So think about that. Like if we're doing seedless fruits, we're eating deficient fruits, if that makes sense. So if you want to correlate it like that, that's just an example. So with getting back to watermelon has high benefits like vitamin C, vitamin A, B5, potassium, copper, right? All these different things. And it's good for immune health, skin health, and everything else. But here's what it's talking about when it comes to the seeds. It's important to digest the fruits with the seeds in it, because specifically watermelon seeds, they are known to have the key compound elements. And if y'all seen the show that we talked about, the different elements on the periodic table, there's certain foods that have certain periodic table elements in them. That's good to eat. Not everything on the periodic table is okay to digest, but there's certain foods and herbal supplements that have some of the periodic table that's healthy for us. So, for example, the seeds have iron in it, folate, magnesium, omega 3, and omega 6 fatty acids. And it also has the protein that we need for our digestive system and just to, put on size. Watermelon does that. The seeds do that. And that's what gives you the energy. That's the iron. The magnesium, that's good for your heart. So anytime you think, when they say look up the benefits of watermelon, they look at heart health, they look at, and that's coming from the magnesium, because magnesium concentrates on helping regulate blood pressure levels, which is good for your heart. And they say it's really good for energy. That's coming from the iron from these seeds. You dig? And just some more facts. Whenever you plant fruits with seeds in them, it helps nourish the ground, which produce stronger trees. For example, it makes the ground more rich, and so it makes the earth better long term, and it makes our bodies better long term as well. So these are just some of the facts that come from eating the difference between a seedless fruit and a seeded fruit, right? And so just knowing that information, this is where we have to break it down, right? So I'll even start with you, Showtime. So just hearing those facts alone, right? And I know you did some research too, so I know you about to kick some real game and knowledge to these boys. What do you think about that portion, and what's your take on the seeded fruits?
Yeah, you basically mentioned a lot of what I had seen. I did hear a little bit about how it was, what's that you mentioned? One of the second points, just with the, okay. So one of the things I looked at, it mentioned that some of the hybrid fruits, I don't know, this may be misinformation, but Dr. Sabi added some of them. Mm-hmm. And for me, what you said and what some of my research did was just give me a better understanding of hybrids. So what happens is, like, kind of like you said, you use the men as a reference about men, not being able to make the seed alone. It requires a woman to truly, combine that seed process. But that one of the some of the research I was listening to kind of used that as a reference as well. But basically, I think it was a female. It's kind of whole. It's a process, a man-made process that kind of, we found out what we could do with mailing, with pairing, female fruit plants with fruits with plants, and that brought us our hybrids.
Yes.
So I in my research, a couple people said, well, you can kind of consume some of them, but you mentioned something that for me really got into it, and that's where I made my decisions. I want to strive toward the seeded fruits, the seeded process is a better process. You mentioned one of my favorites, man. It's good for the earth. It's good for the earth. I heard somebody say the real knows real, and that was a good reference. I love how he said it. The earth knows what's real too. Yep. And when we think about what's biodegradable, I remember being a kid, man. I always used to chunk the bananas out. It's biodegradable. You can throw it out. Don't throw out trash. But what's biodegradable, what can be degraded into the earth for a regeneration process, is cool. But now we get so much where this stuff can't even be absorbed back into the earth because it's not really, not real. Point blank and period, man. And for me, that's really what was like, oh shoot. And then what was also said is the earth trying to battle it, insects trying to battle this fake stuff. They said it requires more pesticides, more chemicals to keep this stuff off, and that's where we're getting our Roundup weed killer, and we get the different things that we don't realize, but over time are causing some of these cancers, causing some of these killers, because of how they have to treat these hybrid fruits and plants. It's a whole different process. It requires more because it's not real. It's not your seeded fruits. It's not your seeded watermelon and things. So, like I said, man, definitely, man, it threw me for a loop. My studies, I'm like, oh shoot, I just had some of the watermelon, and now they get us because they bank on your lack of intelligence when they tell you they advertise it as seeded oh man, we got the seeded watermelons. Come on, get some of these seedless watermelons, excuse me. And got us thinking that's the best thing since sliced bread because we don't have to spit out a seed. But really, it pays for shows like this where we could just share some of the information, man.
That's a fact.
Um, like I said, one of the guys that I was listening to, he said, man, to get a seeded grape, seeded grapes is like gold. He said I rarely go into a farmer's market and still get some good seeded grapes, some grapes with some seeds in it.
Mhm.
So I always say, man, we live in an economically fueled country. So I always just try to do the best I could do. I won't lie to you and tell you, my last watermelon had seeds. I try to get at least a watermelon. I know that's a big one
Yeah,
that we just kind of hear that it's better, more healthier for you. You get the nutrients, you get the natural organic nutrients that are said to be in a watermelon when you go with that seeded source. So
that's a fact. And I just want to make this. I want to make it clear what you were saying because you actually hit on a lot of what I wanted to touch on anyway. And I don't want to put too much time on it, but make sure y'all know what the seeds look like. I'm gonna tell y'all why, because we can get confused if we don't have knowledge. People can say, "Oh, my watermelon has seeds in it," but when you ask them what the seeds look like, they show you them little small white seeds.
yeah.
It's not the watermelon seed. I'm about to show y'all a watermelon seed now because I'm actually eating watermelon and I actually purchased it from a farmer's market. So the watermelon seeds actually black. So if y'all, I'm gonna show y'all real quick what it looks like. So if y'all can see that the watermelon seed is dark. That's what a real watermelon seed looks like. That's where the nutrients comes in from. You dig? And so if we don't know this, we would assume that we're doing or eating right when it's not that's not necessarily the case.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys do your research on the fruits that you eat and look up what the seeds really look like. You'll see what it's supposed to look like versus what you're eating.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's going to tell you, oh, we're probably not eating what we need to be eating because there's a difference in what you do. And I just had another a comment saying where I got my watermelon. So I got it from a farmer's market. Now I'll give y'all the game real quick. I know Showtime probably already been there, but if y'all know, go to Charlotte Regional Farmers Market. That's here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So it's one of the biggest farmers market in the city. I actually go to the farmers market because they have different vendors there that you can purchase from, and the different vendors are there for you to talk to them personally, so you can see, did y'all grow this fruit? And this no matter where you are, you can be anywhere in the world, and you guys can ask this. If you go to a farmers market, no matter where you are, talk to the vendors and ask them, are these grown or are these store bought? And if they're grown, who grows them? Where are they coming from? Good, wholesome farmers will tell you if they bought them or if they've grown them themselves or if they come from another farmer. Get the information so you can actually, get in contact with the people to see what are you guys putting in these fruits. Are they pesticides growing on them? Is it naturally grown? So I'm lucky enough. I have found the vendor down at the Charlotte Farmers Market that they grow it. They have a different farmers in different states that they don't do preservatives. And they do it naturally because they believe in giving people the true healthy fruits and vegetables, right? And so I think that's a good thing that you hit on with the hybrid fruits. I'm glad you touched on that too, by the way, because I did the same research you did, and that's how they were able to make these hybrid fruits, to take that female seed and the male seed and combine different ones. I think a good example of what you were saying is cotton candy grapes. Cotton candy grapes is organic, but it is a hybrid fruit. They had to combine two different species of grapes, but like you said, one had to be male, one had to be female in order for it to conjugate into what it is now. So you guys want to be careful and look up and see what is hybrid and what is not hybrid. Hybrid foods, I'm not gonna say they're terrible to eat, but just know that it's not on the level of an original fruit. And that's because the genetic structure is different in the hybrid fruit. The electrical composition is different. And if the electrical composition is different, then the pH balance is also different, which will determine if a fruit is alkaline truly or if it's not alkaline. So when your body digests certain foods, it turns alkaline for the body. A great example of that is avocado. We can eat avocado and it's digested into an alkaline uh, based food to our bodies, which is in line with our composition because for y'all that don't know, our blood is a slightly alkaline. It's about 7 point, I think 3 or 4. You guys can do the research, of course, on that. Our blood is not acidic. And once it is acidic, we all know that that can cause us to be sick. So you want to make sure you're staying aligned with the body's composition because we're electrical beings. And one test that you can do with that is rub your feet on the carpet if you got socks on real fast and generate electricity, try to touch some metal. I bet you're gonna get shot. And that's because our bodies generate electricity because we are electrical beings. And that's just a fact. And I just proved it to you right there. You can test it out yourself. Because if we're not electrical beings, then we wouldn't be able to conduct electricity like we would.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a great point you had, man. Did you have anything else on it?
Man, I'll leave you with this. I definitely wanted to because I was able to be clarified. So GMOs, man, it's they said hybrids aren't necessarily GMO, and the difference between that is it's just basically like you said, just a experimental process, but it's still natural. You know, it's still a natural. It's natural plants, natural fruits. You know, it's still a natural pairing, and something genetically modified is something created. You know, so like I said, and like you mentioned too, there may be you may choose to indulge in certain hybrids, and it's not the same as something genetically modified. You know, so like I said, that was something I learned. So I definitely wanted to share it with you, just in case there's that confusion between the GMOs and the
Mm-hmm.
hybrid fruits and plants and your seeded fruits.
Absolutely.
So
And I'm glad you said we probably don't even have enough time to do that, but I would really want to go over these labels. People say hybrid, some people say organic, some people say raw, some people say plant-based. Man, a lot of this stuff is really selling points. They'll put plant-based on anything just so they can charge more money for it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I remember I went to the store, you wouldn't believe it. Well, I saw I saw plant-based lotion at the store, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? But you know nobody's eating lotion, right? So and that's the thing that people get confused on. We I'm gonna break that we're gonna break that down maybe another show. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I
we
know
can
we
do
run
that.
out of time right now, but yeah, so a lot of what you said actually is what I was gonna mention on my take. So I'll kind of summarize it up with this, right? And that's really to um since we know the facts is there. It's an oxymoron that they say, oh, we making GMOs to take out the seed so we can make it easier so you guys don't digest the seed. Well, the oxymoron is it's actually good to eat the seed in the watermelon's case because that's where the most benefit is. So it's actually not bad to eat seeds. I mean, think about it. We eat sunflower seeds. Why can't we eat fruit seeds? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I look at it from that standpoint. If they're telling you not to eat the seeds, I think they're low key telling you not to be healthy. And I think I think people should be careful on the wording because I mean, if they're saying we shouldn't eat the seeds, and they're pretty much telling you that you probably shouldn't be as healthy as you think you need to be. And I think that's a bigger issue. Probably another topic, obviously, but I will say this. Um, I think it's our duty to eat the best foods that we can. I think it's our duty to do the research on the foods that are going to benefit us for the long haul, because I may be able to eat something that somebody else may be allergic to. So I think it's our personal due diligence to do research on what we can and cannot eat that's dedicated to our bodies, our digestive system, our DNA structure. You know what I'm saying? Because depending on our DNA, we may be able to do and eat certain things. That's just the facts. That's the truth. So it's our importance and our duty to do that ourselves. So if what I would say is if I'm gonna go to a farmer's market and go shop because that's where the higher quality and I get the better benefit from, I'm gonna personally do that. So I think that if I'm gonna do that, I think someone else should do that too. Not for yourself, but just do it for the future of your legacy, honestly. You did. It's our job to be as healthy as we can. And so we all know seeded fruits are going to produce the biggest benefit. You can have your seedless fruits. That's cool. Just understand that the benefits and the health nutrition is not going to be up to par as what we think it is. So I want us to be in truth, live in the truth. So if you're going to eat something that's less healthy, understand that it comes with a cost and a price. Sure, it may be cheaper, but at what cost? We're putting our health at cost or at risk. So just understand that, and I wouldn't be afraid of it. Just take it as a lesson to say, well, it's my job to now start to look for fruits with seeds. Let's do some more healthier quality vegetables. Let's clean our vegetables. Let's clean our fruits because we know there's pesticides and things like that on them. So if you're going to go to the grocery store, just go ahead and have it in your mind. They're probably already sprayed with all kinds of wax and preservatives. So clean our fruits. I'm actually going to do some research, and I'm going to come out with something that will actually help us clean our fruits better in a more efficient way. So tap in with Showtime, tap in with Cobe Rise and Rise. Follow us, and let me make sure I have it in the banner so y'all can see at the bottom. Make sure y'all go follow us. That below for our IGs, our Facebooks, so that way you can stay on par with this knowledge. Because if you're not going to hear it anywhere else, you're definitely going to hear it here. You dig? And so we're going to do our research, and I pray that you guys do your research, watch this show, but also do your research after that and make sense of it. So that way you can now transition your life to be better. We're already giving you the workouts. The workouts are there. The next portion of it now is the food. Understand what you're putting in your body so you can fuel yourself in a better way. And so I'll leave you with that, and I'll let Showtime have the final word. So think about cars. You put gas in your car, you want to make sure if you got a sports car, put the highest quality you can, because that's the gas that it takes. The lowest grade is going to cause problems. So think about it like that. You feel me? And so I'll leave y'all with that when it comes to the seeded fruits. You got the floor, Show.
Man, I'll leave you with this. So, like I always say, we real people too. So we out here with you. I'm trying to consume my good seeded watermelon, my good seeded fruit. I haven't hit the farmer's market that Cobe was talking about, but I will make sure I do hit that farmer's market. You make sure you hit that farmer's market too. And we just giving some of this information. You make sure you could double check anything you hear on this show. Make sure you fact check it. We just trying to share the information so we all can live healthier. You feel me? We all just want to live healthier. You know how we do over at the Rise and Rise Academy. That's my last words, baby.
Hey, let's get it, y'all. We know when you face with an obstacle, what we do.
We rise and rise, baby. Peace.
Oh.